So now we're in tier 12, which means we can only be at home or in a Weatherspoons. So I'm going to kill myself. Welcome,
God, no.
everyone. No, I won't do that. But I will never step into a spoons again because my soul will die. Speaking of souls dying, welcome to the last episode of 2020.
Until 2020 is extended for a further 31 days while the Brexit deal goes through.
That meme. Have you seen that meme where it's like 23, 59, 59 on New Year's Eve 2020, and then it snaps to, 24, 0, 0, 0, 0, and the person looking at it's like, what?
It's just going to keep going.
It's going to keep on going. That's the thing. That's one of my biggest pet peeves right now is everyone going, hey, let's say goodbye to 2020. It's been a son of a bitch, but soon it'll be 2021. I'm like, guys, a calendar is not going to save the world.
Things have not changed.
It's not like a reset button gets hit. What is wrong with you all?
I wish a reset button got hit.
It just means that we can measure days and time from the start again. It doesn't mean that time has gone back. That being said, my 30th birthday is on the 25th, and I hereby declare it my new 29th birthday.
Yeah.
Not because I don't want to hit my 30s, but because I feel like I didn't finish my 20s. So if I could keep them going for a bit longer, that'd be great.
I'd love to still be in my 20s, but it doesn't work like that, son.
No, but I've heard that when you hit 30, you can just say you're 30 every year, right?
Nope.
That's how it works. Oh.
Because every year, something else...
Is that why you're 72 in January?
every year, something else hurts.
It's both of our birthdays next month. If you want to get us a gift, support us on Patreon. Patreon.com/BigDabCast. Believe me, happy things would be nice right now as we enter a new year. Yay! It's all been fixed. Yay! It's not. Yay! Welcome to the Big Damn Cast. That thing to do to pass the time before you all inevitably lose your soul at a Weatherspoons. I am Chris. It's snowing! Oh, that was 5 minutes. Well spent, Johnson.
I am Matthew. Erogenous zones are not a myth, Watson.
They are probably the best zones.
Yes.
They were my favourite zone on the tube map, put it that way.
So my cat's having some sort of fit in the corner.
Well, what else are they supposed to do?
He's very excitable.
Who is it? Is it Mr.
Talon.
Cat?
It's Talon.
Yes.
He's fighting with his scratching post.
Tell him I miss him.
Climbing platform.
Tell him I miss him,
Talon.
but not in a Shane Dawson kind of way.
He's licking his tail. He doesn't care.
Fair enough.
He's a sinful creature.
He's a rum bugger.
Oh, he's coming over to say hello now. Hello. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Before we started recording, we asked each other how our Christmas went, but we should probably repeat it for any viewers, listeners, and whatnot right now how our Christmases went. But we don't have to tell the truth, so
okay,
because they won't know. How did your Christmas go?
I got the US presidency for Christmas.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
nice.
So now I'm gonna get those. I'm gonna get $18,000 stimulus checks out to everyone.
Oh, and, you know what? That's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Then I'm gonna peace out and leave AOC in charge.
Yeah. Is she your vice?
No.
There's just a clause in your contract.
Yeah, I'm gonna dissolve the cabinet and then just install her as Grand Regent.
Grand Regent Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
Grand Regent of the Union and ally of the UK. And then I'm going to work on dissolving the UK Parliament. In acid! How was your Christmas?
I had a baby.
Oh.
For lunch. On Christmas Day.
How does one prepare a baby for Christmas lunch?
Well, first, you rear it as though you love it and care for it.
Because everyone knows that makes the meat taste better.
It does. Love makes the meat taste nicer.
That was the secret ingredient.
All along. That's how KFC get through there. The secret herbs and spices aren't herbs and spices. They're love. What what I do is, but you don't love the chicken, you love the deep fat fryer. And you teach it love and respect, and then it makes better chicken. Finger licking chicken that we all eat
the KFC
so much.
console?
No, but I do love television movies about Colonel Sanders being a Lothario.
Oh, sexy Colonel Sanders.
Which exist, which is so weird.
Have you seen the KFC console?
No. Is it one of their brilliant viral marketing strategies where they've made like a thing just to catch everyone's attention? Because KFC, love them, hate them, indifferent. I'm kind of indifferent. Like, I'll enjoy a KFC very, very rarely. My wife hates it, so if I have the opportunity to have one, it's if I'm at a service station or there's one where I'm working away and I'll go, oh, go on, I'll have a KFC. And every single time I buy it, I eat it and go, that wasn't very good. And then I move on with my life, but forget for the next time I have it. Absence makes the heart grow yonder, I guess.
I love a KFC, but
you beautiful boy.
I feel awful after eating one. But yeah, no, they've made... They're launching a gaming console that warms up chicken.
Oh, right.
It was revealed in June, and most thought it was a spoof marketing campaign.
Because they do those. Because that's what I was going to say. They do those so well. Like, they do parody marketing brilliantly. Like, they made a TV movie about Colonel Sanders as a sexy Lothario. Like, they go all out. But oh my god, I'm looking at it now. The KF console.
Basically, it's basically like a high-end gaming PC in a custom case, which has a chicken warming chamber.
Oh, so it's not like a flash fryer. It's you put chicken in here to reheat. Like if you buy KFC and you have some left over.
Yeah, the cooling system vents into the chicken chamber and it keeps the chicken warm.
Oh my god, yeah, chicken chamber. Holy shit. So it's a, oh my god, I'm getting a Steam account. This is it. This is the deciding
it'll be one
factor.
of those, like they'll like do a bunch of them as like a giveaway or something. Like, it's not something I don't think they're going to be selling in curries.
I'll do it. I will enjoy / be disappointed by my KFC whilst playing Hello Neighbor on a.
It's definitely some kind of. Piece. It's definitely some kind of weird marketing thing that will inevitably end up in maybe a couple of dozen of these things being made and given away in some kind of competition. But
God, cleaning it's going to be a nightmare.
You don't clean the chicken chamber.
You've got to. The grease will be full of chicken grease. Chicken grease. Well, aside from the Colonel reinventing the way we entertain ourselves at home, we also, of course, this year, this Christmas, after many delays and reshuffles, the world saw the release of Wonder Woman 84. A movie we've been pretty excited about pre-pandemic, mid-pandemic. Happy to see it delayed for the sake of people's health and safety, and then Warner Brothers made the decision last month to release it to VOD and cinemas. In the States, they said that cinemas were in the individual states where it was the safe enough and the compliance was and the numbers were low enough and that'd be able to
Which is difficult to sort of police and quantify because things in the States have been so crazy. But you know what else is crazy?
Oh?
Alec Baldwin's wife has been pretending to be Spanish for like 20 years.
Yeah, I heard that. Like, why? Why do that? What bullshit excuse did she come up with? What cockamamie kind of like...
I don't know.
Oh, it's for privacy. I wanted to maintain my life and not give it away, or...
It's just... Oh, fucking hell. So...
Can't quite fathom it, then.
Can't quite fathom it. I've got this article here, but it's just... A 36-year-old woman with no discernible talent, who, according to a recently updated wiki page, is a podcaster, author, and former yoga instructor. You got to admire her
pluck,
her decade-long commitment to a decade-long grift, pretending to be a Spanish person. But there's a lot of clips of her out there, like, with her on like doing interviews on shows and stuff, where her Spanish accent is really dodgy.
But no one wants to bring it up in case it's like a region of Spain they're unfamiliar with and they're going to offend her or something.
Nah, well, she published a book in 2016, God. And her online bio said...
Was the book called I'm Not Spanish,
no,
Please Help Me, I'm Caught in a Lie?
Her bio said she was born in Mallorca.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Oh,
I mean,
man.
if you're marrying Alec Baldwin, you're not exactly the most stable, sensible person on the planet.
I just...
But he does a funny Trump voice. Yeah, look him up. Just read up on him. Really read up on Alec Baldwin.
Oh, yeah,
he's
no good. He's no good.
And his Trump impression is mediocre. Anyway, sorry, go on.
Yeah, it's mediocre. But yeah, so just in a shocking twist, Hilaria Baldwin, not actually Spanish.
Is her name Hilaria?
It's hilarious.
Ah!
Yeah, and her name is Hilaria.
Okay.
So somebody decided to name their daughter Hilaria like it was a... That
was her supervillain origin. She went, how dare you? I'll show the world. I'll play a joke on the world for 20 years.
I'll play a joker on the world for 20 years.
We live in a society, Batman.
So you know DC...
Oh, that's why she married Alec Baldwin. Because he was touted for Batman in the 80s and then he didn't get it. And then he became the Shadow instead.
So you know DC are now talking shit about doing like 6 films a year?
Yeah. Yeah, well, they've announced that next year for definite is... not next year, sorry. In 2022, we have the Aquaman sequel, the Flash movie, The Batman, and tentative 3 slots open there. And you're like, what?
Well, Gal Gadot and Patty Jenkins are signed on for WW 3.
Yeah, they announced that, didn't they, yesterday? So it could be for that. Probably later. If she's making Rogue Squadron, it's probably going to be later, isn't it?
Yeah, because I think that's her next. Because they're saying Rogue Squadron's going to be next year.
Unless they've... I mean, then again, she finished Wonder Woman 84 like a year ago. Over a year ago.
Yeah.
So, it was meant to come out last year. It was meant to come out last November originally. And then they went, we're putting it back, we need to do a bit more work on it, and, like, it's a summer movie anyway, so we're putting it back to summer 2020. We're sure it'll never change again after that.
Everything will be fine. Everything will be totally fine.
But they confirmed that these things would be released... The 6 films wouldn't all be cinematic releases. Some would be HBO Max releases.
Yeah!
So, they said it starts next year. So next year we have the Suicide Squad. We also have Zack Snyder's Justice League, which is an HBO Max release.
Which was also described by the Warner's exec, whose name I cannot remember, but the chief of Warner's, as a dead end.
Oh!
They're not looking to follow on from it at all. Like, they're not...
Oh, right. With people like, is it going to be a follow-up, a sequel?
No, it's like, no. It's a one thing. It's a one-time thing. We're not...
Yeah.
We're not going to looking to launch anything else off this or involve Zack Snyder.
We're spending... Oh, good. I mean, okay. So, we're spending $70 million on something that might get us that money back for people who register to the service. It all depends on how many hardcore Release the Snyder Cut fans forget to cancel their HBO Max subscriptions after they've watched it, basically. The only way they could guarantee it is if they hold it hostage on there and it never gets a physical or digital release.
A lot of people who are whinging about the Snyder Cut will fucking pirate it anyway.
That's very true. That's very true. Oh, God, could you imagine if it's overwhelmingly pirated by the people who wanted it?
It's going to be.
Oh, good Lord. To the point where it, like, noticeably affects HBO Max's numbers.
Yeah, probably.
Jeez.
Especially...
Well... No, go on, sorry.
Sorry, you were going to say.
No. It's I was sort of moving on. Because now that we're in the realm of, DC movies and everything, Wonder Woman 84, which got released this past week, and
not the only movie to go straight to streaming over Christmas, because we did also get Disney Pixar's Soul. Have you had a chance to watch Soul yet?
I've not had a chance to watch Soul yet. No, I've seen it's been gazing at me from the homepage when I popped on to watch a bit more Clone Wars the last couple of days. No, we been there. We watched it. We watched it yesterday. Not a premiere as well. Not a premiere release.
If you've got a Disney Plus subscription, you can just log on and you can watch Soul, and you really should, because
they've taken the loss. They've gone. We can't keep delaying this.
Yeah,
let's just put it out there. There'll still be people out there who've not got Plus yet who are looking for something to put on for the kids or the family at Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
for less than a cost of a family trip to the cinema, you can all watch a brand new movie this Christmas. Here's Soul, and you guys tucked in.
Well, yeah, and it's very excellent Pixar. The second excellent Pixar movie we've had this year, because before everything went to shit, we had Onward at the very top of the year.
Before everything went backward, we had Onward.
Yes, which was also excellent. I didn't cry, which is very unusual for me.
Have you cried
Pixar
enough
film.
tears this year already?
But I
Maybe
think
just the well's dry.
And I think it might be because I didn't see it at the cinema.
Maybe.
So the sort of overwhelm. So the sort of the cinema has a tendency to sort of overwhelm your senses.
Well, it's all encompassing. You're not half paying attention to your cats.
No,
you don't have that option to go off and have a piss without being able to pause it, and your brain does other things for 2-3 minutes.
You're not putting another slice of cheese on another cracker in the knowledge that you're gonna have reflux all through the night and only get 2 hours sleep and have reflux most of the day the next morning as well because you ate too much fucking cheese.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. I'm fine, Christopher. I'm fine.
I'm fine. Why do you ask?
But this is a beautiful film. As you know, Pixar make beautiful films that celebrate what it is to be alive and life, and they've done away with the metaphors and just literally made a film about how beautiful it is to be alive.
I've heard that it's a story that focuses probably even more so than Inside Out before it, because now you're in the realm of an adult lead character rather than a teenager. It delves a lot more into anxiety and depression.
Because
like Inside Out plays with the internal mental battle that you as a teenager are having because of your hormones and insecurities and everything, whereas this is like, our lead character is a fully grown adult with responsibilities and family responsibilities and all this stuff. What does it mean to be an adult and to struggle and to have that fight within your own mind?
Well, the way they do it is, so the premise of Soul, for anyone who doesn't know, is that Joe Gardner is a middle-aged music teacher, and still aspiring jazz pianist. Mm-hmm. And he gets offered.
Sorry, can we just leave a moment for the customary childish giggle from the listeners who took great joy in you saying the word pianist. Just one second.
There we go.
Yep.
And voiced by Jamie Foxx, it should be said.
Yes.
So
our Electro,
the world's Electro,
the only Electro, Jamie Foxx,
America's sweetheart, Jamie Foxx.
It's because his surname sounds like an electric crackle, Jamie Foxx.
He is offered a full-time teaching job on the same day that he is also offered what may finally be his shot at the big time, and then promptly dies.
Shortest Pixar movie ever made.
Well,
short.
He gets in an accident and he ends up on the elevator to the great beyond, a matter of life and death style. It's not the last time this movie's going to reference matter of life and death in style and tone. It's got a lot of matter of life and death in it. And in an effort to escape the great beyond and get back to Earth, he instead ends up in the great before, which is where new souls are given their personalities. And sometimes old souls drop by to mentor new souls on their way to the great beyond. So he gets mistakenly assigned to Soul 22, voiced by Tina Fey, who has been in the great before for a very, 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 very long time, and is basically there. We cannot get this. Basically, the last thing a soul needs before it goes to Earth is a spark to complete its sort of personality, and no one's been able to find 22's spark. So Joe wants to go back to Earth and reclaim his life, and 22 will help him if it means that she doesn't have to leave the great before. And that's sort of the jumping off point, and I'm not going to say any more about what happens after that, because that's sort of like the setup of the film.
I'm getting sort of reverse Coco vibes from this setup.
Yeah, sort of.
In terms of the lore and the world that it presents to us.
It does a really neat job of mixing art styles between our world and the great beyond and the great before, and the sort of realms beyond mortal life. And there's certain characters that are basically abstracts.
Okay.
And sort of just don't... the way that they are animated is... and sort of interact with other sort of art styles in the film is really impressive. It's not as sort of colourful or sort of punk, for want of a better word, as something like Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
But it is very, very beautiful.
The transitionary stuff's more subtle.
The transition was way more subtle, and the way it sort of weaves into each other it's just really pleasing. There's great voice performances all round, as well as Jamie Foxx and Tina Fey. We've also got fucking antivirus is popping up. Get rid of the antivirus windows. As well as Tina Fey and fuck off, Avast!
Avast ye!
Jesus. Popping up windows in the middle of a fucking recording. Oh, your protection has expired. Why are you telling me now? Anyway, as well as Jamie Foxx and Tina Fey, you've got great guest performances from Graham Norton, of all people.
Fair enough. That might be UK only. Pixar and DreamWorks have sort of done that from time to time, where they cast like regions. But then again, he's got a big BBC America following.
Yeah, so
it could be him.
That. Alice Braga, Richard Ayoade, and what's her name now? She's Taika Waititi regular.
Rachel House.
Yes, Rachel House is in it, and also fantastic. It's just... Yeah.
Oh, just looking it up. No, Graham Norton is the cast member, is playing Moonwind in all regions. It's not interchangeable.
Cool.
That's quite cool. It's got great. I mean, Angela Bassett.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, Angela Bassett's in there.
Fortune Feimster, David Diggs.
Mm-hmm. David Diggs has got a nice little role in there.
And John Ratzenberger's usual cameo, although uncredited, apparently.
I'm trying to think where he was now.
I'm trying not to look at any plot details, but it says an off-screen voice in a memory. So,
okay, yeah, all right, yeah, that's where
it could have been a more straight performance, maybe more subtle from John Ratzenberger, which is kind of tough when like anyone who's ever heard him voice anything,
possibly. But yeah, it's definitely a film that works on levels. Mm-hmm. Like you're saying with Inside Out, dealing with sort of anxiety, particularly, in a way that children can sort of understand and come to terms with. It is very much that for adults, but still very accessible for children. So in a way,
does it suffer from Princess and the Frogging?
In what sense?
Having the first prominently black lead character in this franchise / studio's history, but them spending most of the movie looking like an animated cartoon blob.
No. No.
In case anyone doesn't know, Princess and the Frog features the main character who spends the majority of the movie looking like a frog. Which got a rather large amount of criticism at the time of like, hey, guys, come on.
It's not great.
Come on. Maybe your second, third, fourth movie with like a prominent black lead or main character. Okay. So So is there an equal amount of time spent in the different realms then, I guess?
To say too much would be a bit of a spoiler, but
Okay.
suffice to say that real-world Joe Gardner gets plenty of screen time.
Okay. Right. Say no more. That's got me intrigued. Weirdly, I was looking forward to watching this anyway, but weirdly, that thought, now that it's clicked in my head, has got me more excited about watching it. Because I'm like, oh yeah. Because I was going to say, is half the film just cutting back to a corpse being taken to the morgue? Should we inform the next of kin?
Nothing quite that grim.
No, it's okay. The time in the great beyond moves much faster. It's like, no. I want to see a kid's movie. The character dies and goes on a spiritual adventure while his corpse is being prepared to be incinerated. And not as a ticking clock. Like, we don't know it's happening. The film ends, he's like, I'm going back to my Oh, there's no body anymore. It's like, well, no, it's been 2 weeks. You've been cremated. Oh God.
So yeah, Soul is...
Spoilers, that's how it ends.
Yes. Soul is predictably, as a Pixar non-sequel, is predictably excellent. And it will tug on those old heartstrings. There's some really beautiful stuff in there visually. And some really sharp writing as well. With great voice performances. And yeah, Pixar continues to be fucking Pixar. Pixar.
That's what they do.
What are you going to do?
That's what they do. Well, speaking of films that came out around Christmas, HBO Max and Warner Brothers put out Wonder Woman 1984, the next big Christmassy release, and it's been causing a bit of a stir on the internet for very... Oh, actually, do you know what I watched this Christmas?
Oh, what did you watch this Christmas?
I watched the Vicar of Dibley specials.
I completely missed them. Tell me about the Vicar of Dibley specials.
Do you know why? Do you know why you might have missed them? Same reason I nearly missed them. They came out in early December. They came out on like the 7th or the 8th.
Oh yeah, of course, because everyone was fucking complaining about them because they had BLM stuff in.
Yeah, well, I watched them, and the best way to watch them, really, is go on iPlayer.
Yeah.
Look at Vicar of Dibley, and it's called like Vicar of Dibley compilation. It's the 3 episodes put into 1.5 hour episode because each one's like 8 to 9 minutes long. The basic premise, for those who don't know, Vicar of Dibley, sitcom, 90s, Dawn French, bloody wonderful. One of those sitcoms. It's actually way shorter than you remember. Like it had 3 series.
I think most British sitcoms are like that. Like because they have short seasons anyway.
Yeah,
and then
but you just feel like they've always been around. Yeah,
yeah.
But it's because this one, like, Ab Fab and Only Fools and Horses and other shows of that ilk, kept coming back for specials or runs of specials,
and also they get repeated endlessly.
Yeah, if you have access to like UK TV Gold or whatever, like these things are never not on. But yeah, the plot of them is Dibley is in self-isolation back in March.
Yeah. So
Geraldine starts doing sermons over Zoom from home, putting them out as like a video on the parish's website every week. So what you're seeing is like March, April, May, June, July, August, and September, October, November. Across the 3 episodes. And I mean, Dawn French can play this character in her sleep by this point.
Yeah.
So much of herself is in Geraldine, and it's a treat. I mean, from the first one begins with her sort of setting up the idea of, well, this is different. I've had to learn how to do this, and la la. But it's like, oh god, it's just weirdly warm and nice to see her sat in her living room. And at first I was like, well, that's obviously going to be they've just sort of green screened the thing. It's like, nope, because you see it from several different angles and all this, that, and the other, and you're like, oh, okay. This is kind of... It just was familiar and comforting, which I suppose is the point of Christmas specials of older shows, is you're meant to go, oh, yay, it's like visiting a friend one more time. The picture on the back wall, the room showed a picture of Sean Bean up in our living room.
Yeah.
It's been replaced.
Oh, no!
It's Idris Elba. She's like, yeah, all right, fair enough. She's still married. We don't see her husband, but he's referenced quite a bit. We don't see any other residents of Dibley except for Hugo. We see Hugo in a video call and then he takes one of the sermons toward the end. He does one of the videos. And there's a couple of conscious reasons for that. One is that they have lost a few cast members, of course, since we were last in Dibley.
Of course.
Most notably, of course, a certain beloved character, Alice, is not going to be appearing. And they don't acknowledge everyone's passing. For example, oh god, what was Roger Lloyd Pack's character called again?
I watched all of Vicar of Dibley again not that long ago, and I cannot remember.
Yeah, it'll come to me.
I'm pulling up the characters now. Owen.
Owen is in it, but you don't see him.
Oh, okay.
After the first lockdown, she goes out into the town centre and mimes to the sound of music while she's running up and down like a lane at the start of her sermon. And Owen's operating the camera, which is given away very obviously when at one point while she's talking, he just lowers it to stare at her tits. And she tells him off. Also, height is accurate because it's much taller than she is. So in the Vicar of Dibley continuity, Owen is still very much around. Of course, we lost Emma Chambers, who played Alice.
Yeah.
So that is not skipped over. That is part of it. In fact, the second episode discusses the in-universe reason as to why Alice isn't around anymore, and it's gorgeous. And it's all of these, unless there's some very clever editing. One of them features a Zoom call with a class of kids asking questions, so that's definitely got to have some editing in it. But all of these, bar sort of a couple of obvious moments, have no editing in them. So a lot of them are a monologue. And that one in particular is just stunning, which Dawn French delivers. And then James Fleet as Hugo references later on as well, because obviously he and Alice got married, so it's like, oh Jesus Christ. So we were sat there watching it like glassy eyed as all hell, hugging each other really tightly. So it was like, oh god. But yeah, it's they are great, and as for the quote unquote controversial Black Lives Matter bit, people can piss off, they really can.
Yeah, we do that anyway. Like, I don't even need to watch the episode to see it in context and other people are overreacting. Because people are fucking awful.
Because The Vicar of Dibley is a fictional sitcom, but it's set in the real world. So, after lockdown, she's got some thoughts and some ideas and something she wants to talk about. Because, of course, the murder of George Floyd happened earlier in the late spring, early summer.
Yes, and can we just reiterate that it was a murder?
Yeah, and this is the, vicar of a small town. Of a parish. She talks about current events to people. That's the point. She talks to her community about what's going on in the world. That section doesn't feel out of... Because that's the only worry like any rational person would have is, will it feel a bit out of place in these comedy specials suddenly to... Not at all. It's beautifully done.
But I think Vicar of Dibley has done that before.
Oh yeah, it's reflected on the state of the world and what's been going on, and that's, a big part of it. And also...
it's an important part of
it obviously means a lot
as a vicar.
It also means a lot to Dawn French too.
Yes.
Because she's a straight white woman. She has a perspective on race relations and racial prejudices and biases. Her child will inevitably be dealing with it.
Yeah.
Like her ex-husband and still very good friend, of course, will be dealing with it. So it's like, this was not going to be brought. This was not going to be avoided. Sorry. This was not... Yeah, hang on. They weren't going to avoid this. They weren't going to avoid it. It was going to be in there, and it makes perfect sense. And it's also, like, it's just comforting to sort of look back over a fucking terrible 12 months, in particular the 9 months they focus on in the episode, through the eyes of a character who can at least kind of make you feel warmer and remember the good stuff during it. Like these specials as a Christmas special are great because they're simultaneously a distraction but also taking stock of 2020. And who better to do it with than Dawn French and a return of Geraldine?
Indeed.
I massively recommend them. Another Christmas thing. I keep getting off it. Sorry, I keep forgetting. another Christmas thing.
Yeah. It's just weird because it's a week where not that much has happened.
I know, right? What was it? HBO Max. Oh yeah, the Ghosts Christmas special. Is great.
Oh, okay.
Is it a particularly different piece of TV? No, it's essentially just a 7th episode for the recent series, but it's set on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day.
Taking a leaf out of Doctor Who's book, then.
Yeah, I mean, Christmas is a big part of it because it's the first like family one where they can go around here, go around to the house and everything. But it's continuing series 2. Did you see series 2?
I've not seen any of Ghosts. I only know of it from you talking about it.
I recommend it 1,000-fold, especially now because like it's just warm and silly. But the series 2 doubled down on something that series 1 touched on, which was starting to explore the backstories of our deceased cast a bit more in a way that you sort of look past the quirky comedy character and go, oh yeah, the circumstances surrounding why they're dead are actually really kind of horrible. It's like, all right. Or touching or very upsetting. And the one character who sort of hasn't had that treatment yet really has been Simon Farnaby's slimy politician, who gets his chance in the spotlight in this Christmas special.
Okay.
And it's so good. I won't go into it then because it's a sitcom that it's not heavy on plot, so it's not like there's sort of spoilers to be revealed, as it were. No. But at the same time, it's better witnessing. But I will say this: we learned something about who can actually see ghosts. Because Alison, our main character, has been able to see them since the first episode. That's part of the whole setup for it. We also learned that babies can see them.
Oh, all right.
So if your baby's ever crying or something that's not there or being distracted by something just over your shoulder, it's because they're paying attention to a ghost.
Oh, okay.
So there we go.
Sorry, I was just distracted by. So Keeks is playing Miles Morales on
yes,
at the moment because I bought it for Christmas, and she's just done a cat hunt.
Yeah,
and came back with a very, very good-looking tuxedo cat cleaning itself in the bag.
Yeah,
and then handed it over to the owner, and it turned into a tabby.
Oh,
it was a completely different cat.
Wait, hang on. So now it's Ginger.
No, it's grey and black, like mottled.
Yeah.
No,
I know which mission it is. Yeah. Sorry, has she met the bodega cat yet? The ginger cat.
Yeah, we met the
cat called Spider-Man.
The cat called Spider-Man. Yeah.
That
was very good.
It is cute.
Because like most, how I'm experiencing it, how I quote unquote play most video games these days, which is basically just watching Keeks play it. Lucy
did that with Spidey 2018 and Miles Morales. I played my New Game Plus playthrough downstairs, and basically I'd wait until we were both free, and I'd be like, "Are you crocheting something?" Yeah, right. I'll play Miles for a couple more hours. Yeah. She was showing me Assassin's Creed Valhalla before. It's continuing the tradition of absolutely stunning environments and NPC character behaviors and voice acting that doesn't do shit for anyone.
Cool.
It's like, wow, you took 2 years out again, and you've done it again.
It's good to know that some things never change.
Yeah.
I'm
going back to...
Go on. You were saying...
No, go on. Just for anyone wondering, like, why we keep pausing. We're doing it over Skype still, guys. We're doing it over Skype. Wear your fucking masks so we can record in person, please.
Please. I need to hit Chris when he goes off on a tangent.
Okay, forget that, guys. We're going to stay on Skype.
Stay on the
Stay on target.
The fist will come for you, boy. What?
Wow.
I stuff like Assassin's Creed Valhalla and Watch Dogs Legion and things like that have kind of got me sort of wondering about what are Ubisoft trying to do? They just keep making variations on a theme over and over. Like, what's their end game? What are they trying to achieve?
Do you know what I think it is a little bit? Well, Watch Dogs Legion continues the teasing that Assassin's Creed exists in the same universe, including one of the DLC packs is with an assassin set in present day. So maybe their end game is just, we're making the same games with different skins because we're just going to combine them at some point.
It's the Omni game.
Yeah, like Assassin's Dogs Watch Creed.
Don't forget to put Far Cry in there.
Oh, that too. Oh God.
Yes.
But yeah, it's sort of like you know when you play certain Japanese games or watch Japanese shows, there are mannerisms and delivery things within the execution of a piece of art from Japan that just are it's about behaviors and cultural differences and divides and slang and approaches. And
I think
tones.
a lot of big Japanese games have got a lot more westernized now.
To a degree. I mean, the new Yakuza, the RPG one, certainly looks like it's a bit more sort of... This is for everyone, but it's definitely been delivered through a Japanese sensibility.
I should really get hold of that, because I played Yakuza 4 and on PS3, and that was fucking brilliant.
I watched a friend of the show, Inel, play it on Twitch the other day. He was doing the voice acting over it, because it's all subs. So he was doing the voice acting over the top. But he was in a gang, and two members of his gang included a granny and a chicken.
Yep. Yeah.
Yakuza!
Like, Yakuza's always been a goofy series, but Yakuza Like a Dragon, which is the new one, which switches out the brawler combat for RPG, just looks like it's gone fucking full tilt nutso. Because like, even when I was playing Yakuza 4, like, there was a side mission where I had to track down this dude who was going around stealing women's underwear.
Yes!
From their washing lines, and it's just this huge dude dressed like a baby leaping from rooftop to rooftop.
The clinic of people who dress like children not for sexual reasons, unquote, returns in this one.
Oh, yeah.
With a vengeance. Yeah.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Oh, I should pick up. I think you can get 4, 5, and 6 remastered on PS4, so I should pick them up at some point.
A few of them have come out.
Pick up 7.
A few of them have come out on Plus over the years, so I've got a couple of them on the PS3, I think.
Yeah, I had Yakuza 4 and 5 from when they came out on Plus. But
I think Yakuza Zero's on there as well now, but I might be wrong.
Yeah, Yakuza...
Sorry, I'm opening chocolate.
That's alright.
Wondering what the noise is.
Yakuza Kiwami, which is a remake of the first game, was on PS4 as a Plus game.
Okay.
Zero might have been on there as well. But yeah, I don't have my Plus subscription anymore, so I could re-up and get back to them. I'll see if any of them are on. Because I got a year's of PlayStation Now.
Oh right,
so
yeah, you're sorted.
I might pick them up on there, but if they're on there, I don't know. I've been playing Oblivion of all things recently.
I noticed. Is it on the PS3?
It's the PS3 version that I'm streaming via PlayStation Now. I've got a fairly stable internet connection, so it works really well. And just going back and remembering how much I liked about that janky-ass, broken fucking game. And how Skyrim, which was still janky-ass and broken, but a lot more polished about how there's a lot of things I actually prefer about Oblivion.
Skyrim proved that you can polish a turd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
and then repackage it and release it several times over.
I like the smell of the turd that is Oblivion. Also, Fallout New Vegas is on there, so I've dipped into that a little bit. I need to watch Bomber Guy's new video because I hear people talk about how great New Vegas is all the time, but I've never taken that plunge.
Bomber Guy dropped a deuce this week. We got 2 videos.
Yeah, I've seen his
They're
Christmas.
Both really good.
I've seen his Christmas
really
one.
Good.
I've not seen the New Vegas one yet. So there is that. I just remembered. We missed an email last week.
Oh, right. Is it about Wonder Woman 84?
No, it's about The Mandalorian.
Okay. We'll get back to that.
So this one comes in from James, and he says...
Hey, James.
He says, "Greetings, Big Damn Christophsis and Big Damn Malastair. It is time for a Mandalorian recap.
Recap.
Refer to our episode last week for our thoughts on The Mandalorian, although I'm sure that we will pop in with opinions as we go through this recap, courtesy of James. Chapter 9. Yes, Big Daddy fan. So good to see you.
Start of series 2, yeah.
I watched all of The Mandalorian again on Christmas Day because my dad hadn't seen it.
What? The whole damn thing?
The season 2, anyway.
Oh, right, okay. It's seen season 1. It's seen
season 1.
What do you think of season 2?
We enjoyed it very much.
How did... Again, without going into full detail, because I'm sure we'll get to it, how did you feel about the last 10 minutes?
Liked it very much. Thought it
Was
cool.
was he in that kind of no?
No,
No.
because he's not easily flapped. He's unflappable about things like that. But he was like, didn't see that coming.
But presenting with a crap horror film, and he's there.
Oh, he's there. He's all the way there. So good.
You're bubbling with your dad, right?
Yes.
Tell him in person that I would like to hug him.
I will.
But don't hug him. But tell him that I'd like to hug him. Yeah.
I'll tell him. He knows.
And your mum. I miss your mum too. But I feel your dad's earned my filthy hug.
Well. Yes.
Well.
Keep it filthy. So good to see an insignificant book character's transition to live action.
Yeah.
I'm okay with the small changes made to his backstory as the main structure's still there, but no mention of the baby hut his town is raising. Come on! We've seen baby huts. They're rubbish.
It's obviously hidden in one of the buildings, and that's why he's so desperate to make sure that the town is safe.
Yes.
So, come on.
It clearly goes to the school.
Yeah. Hang on, that was on...
no, they mentioned it. He mentioned the school.
Oh, there's a school. Oh, there you go.
Great start from Mr. Favreau. Chapter 10. Look at those big old spiders with their knobbly knees. Where's the Frog Lady series, Disney? Where's the Dr. Mandible series?
Oh, God. Yeah.
Great work, Mr. Reed.
Yes. Yeah, I still love the fact that it was that shameless that, hey, we need a random alien. You directed Ant-Man, right? Bring in a big ant.
Dr. Mandible. Dr. Mandible. I love it. Like, it doesn't matter whether that's his real name or not. It's just too perfect.
We're in a universe where a villain is called Darth Sidious. Like, anything goes.
I figure it's not his real name. Like, it's just Pelimotto being dismissive. Chapter 11. Bo-Katan with the original actor as well. Yes, Katie Sackhoff. So good to see Din's beliefs challenged. Great work from Bryce Dallas Howard. George Lucas loves his axe wolves.
Okay, sure.
Yes, okay. Chapter 12.
Sure.
Not too keen on the idea that this is connected to Snoke. I prefer the idea that Gideon isn't worthy enough to become part of the First Order. Please don't be a Pratt, Gina. The other Pratts is enough for one of the whole world. Well done, Carl Weathers. Of course, that was the Carl Weathers director.
It was his one stab in the series, so he must have gone like, but I thought I'd be doing this all year. And they're like, we just need you for like a week, Carl. Okay. How about I direct it? oh yeah. All right. Oh yeah.
Baby, we got a stew going.
Welcome back to the Big Damn Carl Weathers podcast.
Yes.
Everything you ever wanted to know about Carl Weathers, but were afraid to ask.
Yes. Carl Weathers. Chapter 13. Ahsoka is one of my all-time favourite Star Wars characters, and Dave Filoni's done another excellent job developing her here. Love that Goranson utilised Kevin Kiner's Ahsoka leitmotif from Clone Wars and Rebels. Well done all around here. Yes.
I spotted that now because I've watched more Clone Wars, so I'm finally starting to like that stuff the tapestry seeping into my brain.
Did you spot the owl?
No. What? Huh? What's the significance of that?
There's a thing with owls and Force spirits in Ahsoka, but I'm not entirely clear on it because I haven't finished watching Rebels and Clone Wars, but it gets brought up in there.
I've just looked it up and like, okay, that's neat. That is very neat.
Chapter 14. I'm just a simple man trying to make my ways through this email. Well done, Mr. Rodriguez.
Yes.
I loved Boba here and Fennec. Can't wait to see more of them in the future. Put Chris in shackles.
Yeah, well, tiny shackles around me thumbs. On reflection, The Tragedy is my favourite episode of the series.
Yeah, it's really fucking good.
It delivered. And not just like fan servicey reasons, like it was like, we're being delivered a story arc for our last two episodes.
Yeah.
The same way that the second to last one of last series was my favourite because suddenly you realised it was part one of two. And it was like, oh God, this has to go somewhere now. Like I was excited. But I don't want The Mandalorian to become a serialized story. I want it to become stay what it is. individual things that just gently lead into the next one.
Yes, which is
So
why...
when they throw in two-parters or cliffhangers, they're surprising.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, here we go. Yeah.
Yeah, I get that. Definitely.
Me likey.
Me
I'm going to hold
like
my
it.
Boba Fett clock now.
Have you seen the little video of Robert Rodriguez chilling on set and playing some guitar with the Baby Yoda puppet dancing next to him?
Yeah, it's from the Gallery season 2. Which dropped on Christmas Day.
Of course. I don't finish watching season 1 of the Gallery, actually.
It's great. We watched the first couple together, and then Lou was like, it's fun, but I don't think I'd stick with it. And then I just binged the rest of it.
I've watched 3 or 4 of them, I think, but yeah.
It's great. The one about the music is incredible. Like, it's so lovely, so heartwarming. Yeah. Oh, season 2 of the Gallery. We'll have to get on that. But yeah, Robert Rodriguez playing guitar and chilling with Grogu, just hanging out.
Love it. Love it. Chapter 15. I don't know anything about Bill Burr outside of this character, and he really impressed me here, as did Pedro Pascal. We love to hear that seismic sound. You have something I want. Your appreciation for director Rick Famuyiwa. Oh, fuck. Sorry, Rick. Rick Famuyiwa. Sorry, Rick. I fucked your name up there.
Rick, if you want to get in touch, bigdamcontact@gmail.com.
I love those seismic charges that Boba Fett drops. They are the coolest fucking thing.
He's not used any disintegrations. No, actually, he has. He loves his disintegration.
Disintegrates your face with a gaffy stick.
Oh, good lord. What's kind of nice about episode 15 is I wasn't huge on the heist last series. It was probably the episode that I was the most sort of lukewarm on. But again, I think I'll look back at it differently now because it was part 1 of a 2-part story for Bill Burr's character.
Yeah.
So, and I really loved this episode, so it might be interesting to go back to it.
That scene with him and Pedro Pascal and Richard Brake in the mess is just... It's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good.
It's tasty. It's tasty, you know?
Yeah.
It's tasty.
It's like, performance-wise, that from everything from Din going into the mess to...
God, yeah.
To them shooting their way out is just... Mwah. Mwah. It's so good. Chapter 16.
The rescue.
All the people. Except Cobb and Frog Lady. I simultaneously felt joy and sadness when Din disarmed Gideon. Scary robot boys are scary. Good thing Boba wasn't there when that guy showed up. His face was fine. I'm in tears. Reed, you are a god.
Yeah, of course, because Peyton Reed directed the finale, didn't he?
And what a finale he did direct.
It's the only one this series I've revisited. Yeah, I watched it that morning, and then I got back from our performances, and I watched it again that night before I went to sleep.
It's just so good.
It's tasty.
The action sequences are just... Mwah. And yeah, his goodbye is...
So gentle and delivered so quietly. There's no big bombast to it. It just happens, and he gets that little connection. He gets to finally look his space dad directly in the eyes and sort of drink in his face for what they think might be the last time before off he goes. In the arms of a body double.
And then he's murdered by Ben Solo 20 years later.
Just picturing like early teens Grogu be like, I want to do training today.
Maybe Grogu's
like, you're 75. Stop being a little bitch.
Maybe Grogu's one of the Knights of Ren.
Don't you dare.
Grogu,
don't you dare.
Grogu in a person suit. 3 Grogus in a trench coat is one of the Knights of Ren.
I was going to say, are any of the Knights of Ren wearing a customized Mandalorian helmet?
Probably.
Because if so, like, what if he goes rogue? What if Din gets killed by Summit and Grogu turns to the dark side, and it's an Anakin mirror, and Ahsoka was right to be worried.
What if
she was right to be worried about him forming attachments and having that power?
What if Grogu goes rogue, like with a skunk stripe?
Do you mean Grogu goes Rogu?
Sorry, you'll have to repeat that because my headphones just come out. One sec.
Because
one
what
sec,
you
one sec.
did.
There we go. You were saying
Because what you did was as I made the joke, you had just received a karmic action from the universe for stealing a Sonic OC.
Oh, all right, cool.
It's your Sonic OC. Please do not steal. I said Grogu goes Rogu.
Oh.
Thank you.
Are you without Star Wars visual content, except possibly Bad Batch? What shall we do?
Watch Bad Batch?
I guess we'll watch some I Daleks and John Barrowman. Have a good festive time, my dears. Hope Panto went well, Chris. From the rightful heir to the Mandalorian throne. I mean, James.
Wait, did James disarm? Never mind. Do you know what?
No.
I'm not questioning it. I'm not questioning it, lest there be violence or James reveals that they killed Katie Sackhoff or Pedro Pascal, which we will not stand for.
We will not stand.
But speaking of Pedro Pascal.
Pedro Pascal,
one of the stars of Christmas release, Wonder Woman, 1984, going straight to HBO Max digital release, has divided audiences this week, as opposed to the 2017 first film, which was sort of unanimously seen as like, this is really good, this is really fun, these performances are brilliant. This one has divided, and I feel it's kind of obvious what the biggest mistake made was.
Yes, I think I know exactly what you're about to say.
Yeah.
Because I think I agree.
Yeah.
That it was the biggest mistake the film made.
The biggest mistake that Wonder Woman 1984 made was not releasing in other territories because we've still not seen it. We can't judge it. So that's a bit of a shame, really.
I want to watch it, but I can't watch it.
We cannot do the thing with our eyes.
I can't.
So we can't judge it. Unless we watched it in the naughty way, but we won't do that because we are good angelic choir boys.
There was a time when I would have done that, but it's not this time.
It is not this day. Especially when there are plenty of other things to watch as well. I mean, look at my phone wallpaper. That's been my phone wallpaper for the better part of a year, you know?
That's very good.
That's been my phone lock screen for the better part of 2 years. I've been very excited for this movie, but I ain't pirating it. Like, there's plenty of other things for me to watch. Soul is on Disney Plus. I could watch that. You know what I mean? They've put the newest series of Curb back on Now TV. I'll watch that.
I bought Keeks the entire box set of Xena Warrior Princess for Christmas. We could watch that instead.
Are you kidding? Right. So if you turn your phone on and I put mine on loudspeaker and sit outside your front window, can I watch it too through the window?
We watched the first 2 episodes the other night, and
that must have been an experience.
Fucking love. Well, I sort of tangentially seen Xena. Xena.
Have you seen her?
When it was on Channel 5, via Hercules: The Legendary Journeys.
Oh Jesus!
And so I was kind of sort of tangentially aware of Xena, and I'd watched bits of it here and there, but whoo boy, that shit's on a budget.
It is.
That shit is on a budget.
But that Sam Raimi charm does shine through.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that no one is really taking it entirely seriously.
Oh, no.
I think says a lot. And the fact that apparently, according to Keeks, they lean into that way more from season 3 onwards.
Yeah. And also, it seems
I'm like,
to be...
okay, cool.
It seems proud of its big gay energy in a way that a lot of 90s shows weren't. Like, it seems so proud of it that it's like, we'll never explicitly reference it, but it will be sewn into every bit of fabric of the blanket that is this show.
Yeah.
And the people who it speaks to are going to pick up on it, and they're going to love it for this. You have to play the Xena Warrior Princess drinking game.
Okay.
Yeah. Every time Kevin Sorbo shows up, you pour water over your TV.
Oh, okay. All right.
Just fuck Kevin Sorbo.
Well, let's pour water on this podcast for the week.
Yeah. I think we covered some important topics this week. I think everyone will be satisfied with what we discussed. Really.
I think we do indeed. cover what Wonder Woman 84 got wrong.
Yeah, its biggest mistake was apparent, and I can't believe other people haven't spelled it out this way before. But
I know, and yeah.
Join us next week for the first 2021 episode, because everything's great. Everything's back to normal next year, Matt. That's how it works, right?
No.
But one thing will be back to normal. It's the best of rest of episode. So we want to hear from you ahead of next week. What are your favourite bits of pop cultural bullshit to come out of 2020? And what are you looking forward to the most in what is meant to be the 2021 release schedule? The first person to make a joke about, I'm looking forward to insert name of thing that we know has been put back here, will be executed. Or, we just won't laugh. But what we will do is read out your emails. BigDamnContact@gmail.com. You can also tweet them to us at BigDamnCast on Twitter. Watch live stream gaming Mondays and Fridays kicking back off in 2021, where everything's better again on twitch.tv/BigDamnStream. And of course, you can catch all of our stuff on YouTube. Any content eventually ends up on there in some form, as well as supporting us at patreon.com/BigDamnCast.
Content.
Mr. Content must be fed, and he will feast.
He hungers.
I've cooked him a fresh baby to satiate him till next episode.
Those fresh babies. Come down, Dave's fresh babies. We got babies as fresh as the day they were born.
Because they were born today.
Hey!
Bye. I'm so sorry. Oh God, we're going to hell. Again.